Hey guys, I exist again because I'm making a video every day because it's kind of part of my end of the summer thing. Do what? I'm here with our Cindy. We just call him Cindy. But hi.
Yeah.
But this is the new unTRUMPed podcast, and I'm just gonna make sure it works. Let's check. Hey phone, do you say unTRUMPed works? My phone should say unTRUMPed works. Does my phone agree? Apparently not.
It doesn't.
Nope, it's on. We're live. Boom. Live. It works. No, we can't talk to you, Matrix. Yeah, it's live. Boom. Hi. We're live now, and people are watching us on the interwebs. They're watching you. Anyways, so, welcome to the podcast, everybody who's not watching this. So, what are we going to talk about today, other than unTRUMPed, because this is unTRUMPed? Yes, siege system. And like the mess that siege system is. So yeah, it needs to change.
And I think we should talk about this subjectively, and kind of subjectively, like try to look at from both sides, kind of.
Okay, so right now, what is your opinion? What is the positive parts of the current siege system? What do you like?
Well, the old siege system can get quite repetitive, and that could be a positive. And also, it could be more like, it's also like way more like team based, kind of, because like, you know, you guys gotta have to like, you have to manage, and not just like taking one flag. You have multiple things you have to worry about. But like,
yeah.
Yeah, like you have multiple things to work about. So it promotes more of team leadership and like more planning.
Definitely,
so which
just
involves more RP. So
definitely.
that's a good positive.
Just went on to all the discords with unTRUMPed. It just went, okay, here's my podcast, and
please like.
Yeah, but I'd have to agree. It definitely does. It does change things up because you're not. It makes sieges less predictable. At least it gives the chance at making sieges less predictable.
Yet, we'll get into that later of why it's quite predictable.
That's part of the problem. Is giving the players options comes up with very predictable responses. It
sounds good in theory, but it's
a good theory, but you haven't put in the correct limitations. It needs so the cons, in my opinion, would definitely have to be both sides very quickly realized that if you didn't declare a siege right away, the other team was going to declare a siege. So yeah.
Yeah, like definitely like
it was a race to declare sieges once, which made lieutenant corporals scared to get on, which was definitely a problem, because that definitely hurt both sides' player bases.
Yes, which is strike one.
Because, well, I'm not gonna get on because Jones isn't.
It's strike one. It's strike one out of I'm not counting.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get on because Jones isn't on. I want to get on and play with Jones. Jones is like, I don't want to get on. Gus Bus is on. If I get on while Gus Bus is on, they're going to declare a siege in 30 seconds, and there's only 5 allies on. And that's the problem.
Which is just going to really decrease your player base.
It also hurts, it hurts the enjoyment of the lieutenant corporals. It turns them jumping on the game to have fun and chill out with their buddies and be the top ranking officer, and
it's a little less
lead an attack to more like
RP.
To becoming more of a, okay, I'm gonna get on, do this siege I have to do, and then I'll play.
And
because
speaking of that, getting on is the main problem, really.
Well, why get on right now? I'm just gonna have to do that siege I don't want to fight because they're gonna attack this place I don't want to defend. I'm not gonna get on. No reason to. I'm just gonna go play this other game and hurt the community because I have no reason to get on the server. Well, if you So I think they need to, if they're gonna keep the current, they need to add limitations. I think we need to combine the current siege system with the next siege system, with the old one. So, okay, speaking of the old one, pros and cons of the old siege system. Go. Oh. Bleh.
Pros and oh me okay.
Yeah.
The pros cons is basically the pros basically is that it promotes new team leadership. It's a new way of doing sieges, which is always fun, which is basically redundant to what I just said earlier. And basically that's all I can think of. Do you know any like other pros? We'll think of some more later.
Yeah, the old siege system, the definite pro of the old siege system.
Wait, you're talking about the old system?
Yeah, the old system.
Oh, the old system. Okay. Now
Yeah, there were some definite pros to the old system. One definitely being, there were two definite times that they would get on. It was either it was consistent. So you were either, and the two times was either, I believe it was 3 p.m. Eastern Time and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And the sieges would be declared at the beginning of the day or midday. Kieran would make an announcement, "Hey, so and so is attacking this place. Get ready." And then at that time, the siege would begin. They'd have about half an hour. I believe they bumped it up to 45 minutes to take the flag and hold it for the half an hour. And sieges could go on for hours.
It was 45 minutes back in the old Sicily days.
I thought it started at half an hour and they moved it up to 45 because there were a ton of successful defenses. Yeah. It was half an hour and then they improved it to 35 because there was a huge streak of both sides having ridiculously, like, both sides just getting beat against this wall, and they'd get incredibly close and then the time would run out.
To be more redundant, the new siege system can be even better than the old siege system.
Oh yes,
but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
The concept is better than the old siege system. The old siege system was just boring. I'll be honest. You had those epic, huge battles that you had that signature untrumped huge battle, combined arms, World War II. There's officers, that signature untrumped experience. That's the reason I played untrumped. But it was in the same spot. It got stale.
Yeah, and now
you were either fighting over prison. Actually, prison wasn't fought over very much. You were either fighting over Husky Beach, Marsala, or Fort San Angelo. Or like the three big. It was like the only thing people fought over for a long time.
So
it got stale. Now, speaking of prison and pros, prison had to be the best defense I've ever played as. That was amazing. It was, in the last minute, just Germans just attacking with MG42s. Everybody, it's just noise. Gunfire, explosions everywhere. You're just sitting there in your castle just popping off. I'm just sitting there in my... Because I had just become second lieutenant of the paratroopers and leader of the paratroopers. Just sitting there with my little M2 just like, what is going on?
Yeah, you almost like look at yourself in your own version of hindsight thinking, wow.
Like, if you look at it in hindsight, you're like, wow, that is amazing.
Like,
I want that again.
And that was my experience as a private and a corporal. I want that experience to be for all, like, privates and corporals and people. And then,
I gotta be honest, a big chunk of that has to have been, from the very amazing skills of, whatchamacallit, the map. The map design was definitely...
Yes, everyone agrees, partially because of nostalgia, but secondly because the map is too flat.
Yeah, the Sicily map was an amazing map. It was by far
one of my favorites, definitely.
Well, I've only played on 2 maps, and that is my favorite out of the 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think
one of my favorites. You mean your favorite because the other one is your least favorite.
It's like, is it the green or the like. What's your favorite color? This one or the like left or right? Left or right? Well, that was not a really good analogy actually, but I know.
No, it's like
You get it.
it's like you have an option between green or red, and you're like, well, green's one of my favorites out of the two. Well, so green is your favorite because
But green's
red
my
is your
favorite
least.
color. But green's not my favorite color. But like, it's best out of that.
It's the best out of the two. Yeah, Sicily definitely had some work to do. Part of that is stuff that has been fixed recently, such as balancing. It was a definite problem on Sicily.
Yeah.
But back to the siege system. The sieges were epic. Huge battles, both sides. The server would be stocked 48, 20, the entire hour of the siege. And if you...
Yes.
And those
I heard
last-minute defenses...
I heard people scream war cries like I've never seen before.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff goes down. That would be... I wish I recorded those sieges more often. I miss Sicily.
You
But
just have it in the back of your mind.
just in the back of my mind.
Push that
Sicily.
man! On the
Attack! Oh, I'm just so much nostalgia, and it wasn't even
and
that
it'd
long
be so
ago.
cool to do this for
It was
like
just-
Russia. Imagine we're pushing with tanks. We're pushing for that one point.
I
We're pushing
want
inside the
that.
building.
I hope Stalingrad is that. I hope Stalingrad is that.
Yeah, that would be
Like,
so
I've
cool
had
if
some
Stalingrad
pretty
was like
epic
that.
moments. A notable one, which is one I sadly didn't record,
Which-
there was the one time we actually successfully got a prisoner back from the Germans. Basically what we did is Jones got captured, and I lined up, I believe it was 8 guys, me, Blandon, and then Bob, and we were like the leaders. Bob was one of the 8 guys, and I lined him up, and I was like, okay, Bob, we're gonna grind PPSHs. We got every single person PPSHs and flamethrowers. That raid was the most fun I've ever had. We literally just
and-
dropped on the roof, the flamethrowers just blew through all their defenses, and it was awesome.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
that. It's only happened to me once or twice. It's just...
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely. Like,
Okay, back
and
to
then,
back to the topic, siege system. Because
well,
we're
back
getting...
to the topic, like we haven't been talking about that.
Well, that's like the thing. So yeah, old sieges definitely got a little stale because you kept fighting over the same thing all
But-
the time.
Yeah, yo, that was the thing that Kieran.
I think that's what
Yeah,
Kieran was trying to avoid.
When we were able,
with the
when
new
we were
siege
able
system.
to actually attack Costello, we were like so happy because like, and he was like bringing it up because like we can actually attack new stuff. Am I right?
Yeah,
but-
the battle line definitely got stale, and that definitely
There's one
created
reason-
a
there's also
stalemate.
a reason for that. There's actually one thing to take into captivity.
Account.
The Germans always had better weapons. I
Yeah,
don't care.
the Germans definitely
always kept
outclassed
it
the Allies on...
Now, if I want to see the new siege system, like we talked about earlier, me in a private call. I want to see all these new vehicles go into combat into this new siege system. We have better weapons, better guns.
No,
new
not just
map.
better, new.
Yeah,
we got the
yeah,
new tankettes, the PTRD, the...
Yeah, we don't really have like that really good of a. We have an anti-air tank, but now we have a really good dynamic one, and we have so much stuff that it can. I think our hardcore fans would just absolutely love it.
Okay. Yeah, but it's just... It's the epic battles that I miss from Sicily, and that's one of the things that... Honestly, when I joined for the first time on the new map, and those were just not a thing because the events just kind of didn't exist, I honestly got bored. But yeah. So, how should we improve the current siege system or replace it? I have an idea for... I think we should keep the current siege system. That siege system was a good siege system. It helped the server not become stale, but it also not only stopped protected... Because the new siege system, it kind of became stale just because the tactics, but a siege system and a remaking of the siege system and different tactics could very quickly fix a lot of the problems I see right now.
Something you talked about early on in the podcast is something about how if we don't change it, we can improve it. The thing is, I have a great idea for how we can improve it.
Okay.
If the regions was fixed, everything would be way better.
Yeah.
A lot better than because we could build tons and tons of we can start building we can start building stuff without worrying, and
Yes.
build contraptions leading up to that objective, making it better. And there's so much creativity that could be put into.
Here's the thing with the new rank system and everything. I think they could even improve it. You know how the old one there were like illegal. You couldn't build in certain spots because they'd be invincible, even if they wasn't your team. I think with the new system we could make it so certain people, you could make it detect, and I don't even know if this is possible, but what if you made it detect who was building a buildable, and if it was owned by a certain faction, it would just delete the buildable whenever they placed it. Just delete it. Gone. And maybe you might have to tweak that so maybe it gives it back or salvages it and drops items or something.
I'm getting at it a lot in some kind of Discord. Okay, Jesus Christ. Speaking like people in the unTRUMPed community, the only people that really left, are the hardcore fans who left the server and people who are new.
It seems like the people who left were the new Germans and the hardcore, super competitive Germans that broke all the rules and never RP'd. Oh, do you remember? Who was it?
The Knickers. The Knicks. The Knicks. Nick is an example.
There was these, I forgot who he was. He's, on the prison defense, he literally crashed into the flag and bailed out to cap it and failed. You know who that was?
Yeah.
I believe it was Adam
also,
Sandler.
I don't really like the RP kind of thing.
I think we've taken RP too far.
The U.S. we were always the honor people who fought with honor, and the Germans were always the ones.
There were a few notable occasions where the Germans actually did really well when it came to RP. Their prisons that they made. Those mini events.
I remember their HQ was amazing. Their HQ was amazing. Like the best HQ ever. On Sicily.
Yeah. Remember those mini events they do where they like capture a bunch of allies at a big prison and they're like, come take them back?
I guess it was like earlier Sicily.
No, it was actually pretty late in Sicily.
I remember they would do them like a week.
What they
joined a week after they got the new uniforms apparently.
Oh, then you probably missed it. But, like, if we didn't have a siege that day, they would build a giant prison. Or just, even after a siege, they'd build a giant prison and capture as many allies as they could. And to say, hey, allies, come take us back. Come take them back. And it was so fun.
Yeah, and that's what, Kieran, I think you should be focusing on, is fun. That's really what, like...
Balance isn't always going to be fun. Perfect balance isn't fun. I know everybody's like, well, make balance, and then it'll be fun. Balance isn't fun. Balance is boring and repetitive. It's not
very easy. You have to take out stuff to do that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you know, there's certain stuff.
Balance is #1 hard to do, and balance doesn't equal fun. I'm not saying balance doesn't make things better. Balance definitely helps, but it doesn't make it perfect. You're not just gonna make it perfectly.
I think Doomboy can speak about that since he's a mod creator.
Yeah, the PTRD I added, which we're gonna talk about later. But I made the PTRD, and all the allies were like, buff it, buff it, buff it, buff it. I was like, yeah, but would a buffed, super powerful PTRD be enjoyable to play with? The concept of a PTRD is a gimmick. It's a gimmick. You got this rifle that can do that can one-shot players, do ridiculous damage to planes, and one-shot Kubels. It's cool. It does a lot of damage. It's effective. But if I buff it anymore, it's way more than just a cool gimmicky toy. Now it's an anti-tank weapon that the Germans want nerfed. And now, it's still fun for the Allies. It was fun for the Allies before. It's still fun now. But now it's not fun for the Germans.
which causes them to leave, and
which makes
puts
them
us
upset, and
more
then they
into the
leave, and it hurts the community. And that's what went through my head. Well,
And that's
if I
strike
buff
number, I forgot.
I believe it's strike number 2 or 3 now. If I buff it, I'm not helping anybody. If anything, I'm hurting. Because buffing it will do 2 things. Number 1, it'll make the PTRD better, which has about bonus, well, actually, buffing it will make it better. That's just plain and simple facts.
Buffing what again?
Buffing the PTRD would make it a better gun. And it
Yeah,
would
well,
probably
that's
make it
obvious.
balanced. As an anti-tank weapon, it would probably make it balanced.
I wish you could like make it to where it just it's for tanks.
But it's
Like,
not for tanks,
the
because
main
shock
complaint-
troopers already have their DP.
The main complaint is that
It can't kill tanks.
Well, no, but the main complaint for the Germans, why they nerfed, is because it does 20 to 30 damage
On planes.
planes. Yeah. Which is
Yeah, but if I
understandable.
nerf it, it won't kill a Kubel, and it'll be incredibly underpowered.
So,
Plus,
again, it's like,
if you're a competent pilot, most PTRD players will get about 2 or 3 shots on you, which will nearly kill you. But if you're just flying around, you turn around the other way, you fly away, he's not going to be able to shoot you after a few seconds. And you're going to survive. Yeah, you're going to be damaged, he's going to send you back the other way, but he's not going to kill you.
I mean, if you guys have any ideas of how we could...
Wow, we
Change
really
it,
got
maybe.
sidetracked. We went from talking about sieges, but anyways, yeah, what I propose for the new siege system is take the siege system we currently have, and there is a 24-hour limitation. I think there should be even a more. I think we should take the times of the old siege system.
Yeah. Or maybe even if when Pags was talking about doing every other day.
I think
we
we should
don't-
do
it
a
doesn't
siege
get dried out.
system, a siege twice a week, so it doesn't get boring and repetitive. And what we
Yeah.
should do is that
So
at the
those
beginning
mean
of the
way
day,
more.
the Allies declare, or the Axis,
Like,
so it
it's
swaps
like-
every day. So one day, the Axis are going to be able to attack. Next day, the Allies are going to be able to attack. It's not
Well, then
going to be
again,
like it is right now,
people
where the
wouldn't
Allies
be
can
on.
have 4 straight assaults. Because that's just
Yeah,
not fun.
I know it's you're declaring war. That's kind of a cool quote unquote RP experience, but that's just not fun.
It's just not
We thought
yeah.
it was cool at the beginning, and then we
It's
correct me
balanced.
if I'm wrong. It's just,
Yeah,
it's not fun.
The siege system
not
right
fun.
now is balanced. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Well,
yeah,
no,
it
no,
needs a bit
actually,
of.
I disagree because its defenses are too hard. They're just too hard for me.
Yes, defenses are hard, but technically both sides have the equal chance to attack. So technically they are balanced right now,
Yeah, they just need a little.
but they
little
aren't
more
fun,
set up.
and that is the problem. The siege system. This is a fun. I don't care if it balanced. If the Allies had all the worst stuff and the Axis just had all the OP stuff, but it was fun, I might want to buff because we weren't doing very well, but I'd
That's
still
what-
be
oh,
having
that's the only thing that
fun.
made Sicily.
I wouldn't leave. Sicily was fun, but the Axis still had better tanks. The Axis could beat us in the air. They still had the tank plane
And
and
honestly,
the
that's kind of
Ju-87.
RP. That's kind of RP because the Germans had amazing firepower with better
Well,
than everyone.
even then,
But
the
they had to
Cromwell
fight-
costed
they had,
just as much.
3,500 as a Tiger.
The Cromwell costed as much as a Tiger, and the Cromwell was not as good as a Tiger. But
Yeah,
here's
it was
the
a good
thing.
infantry killer, but
It was
that's
fun. They managed to take that unbalance and make it fun, and I liked that. So I think it should alternate each day, and at the beginning of the day, they should declare an assault. They should declare, hey, we're going to attack this spot by a certain
the
time.
declaration is the main thing to be changed. Okay, I think that we should actually wait. The new system should say the same. Everything should say the same, except for the way the siege system is declared. That's it.
That's the problem right now. Everything else is fine. I am totally cool with everything else. The way the sieges start is the problem. I think So we should go back to Sicily, where the Allies got to attack every other day or every other week, and the Axis got to attack every other day or every other week, just like Sicily. And they usually announced the event about midday or by midday. If they didn't announce it by midday, it wasn't going to happen.
Like,
but then
Karen won't do it. But if you announce the event, I swear to God, it will just blow up.
Yeah,
it'll blow up. We don't care about getting that one notification.
And then the problem with the LTCs getting on, I'm going to fix that. I think to fix that problem, 3 officers and the LTC and at least 2 other officers have to come to an agreement on a time. And then 15 minutes before that time, they declare, okay, the siege is in 15 minutes, or it's in half an hour, or it's in 30 minutes. And they declare that. And that's basically, hey everybody, the event's about to start, everybody get on.
Because if the LTC can get on, then, like, if the LTC can't
We don't have LTCs scared to get on.
Well, I think we should
declare
like, they take each other's turn, either way's turn.
Yeah, it's going to take turns. So,
yeah, like you'll
so they're going to declare when exactly the siege is about 2.5 hours before the siege. Or basically whenever they decide. But it has to be at least 2.5 hours before the siege, just to be fair. And I'm going to have to go.
Okay, so we have like a couple comments actually in the chat actually. Cromwell alone is unbalanced, but when the KVs and the T-34s came out, it got way better.
Yeah.
The T-34 was actually 4,000 at one time. Now it's 2,400. I'm just telling you. Once again, we said earlier that it would be awesome if we trialed all these new vehicles and the new
I want to see how the new vehicles work with the old siege.
I do believe that
they would improve.
Awesome. Yeah, it just improved like the balance a little bit, and then
hey,
the new
Alex Johnson, welcome new subscriber Alex Johnson.
Oh hi,
welcome.
Johnson.
Thanks for the subscription.
Oh, let me subscribe too.
Cool.
I'm the solution.
Okay.
Anyways,
okay,
guys,
I kind of gotta go.
Yeah,
that was fun.
See you guys. Yeah,
we'll talk about other stuff later, like tomorrow.
Make sure to upload it.
This weekend we'll talk about other stuff. No, it automatically saves all my streams.
Oh, nice.